Hello Cougar fans, this is Carl Mathis here with Rob Mathis from Eagleville High School here as the Division II MTCS Cougars get ready to take on the Community Vikings in the Division II Duck River Valley Championships. Both of these teams are 8-1. MTCS getting their one loss to Community, but Community receiving a loss late in the season from another team, and MTCS, after the points total, is declared the winner of the regular season. So here, number 1 MTCS Cougars getting ready to face off with the number 2 Community Vikings.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, when they played each other in the regular season, it was a very low-scoring affair, a lot of defense, and I think it was decided on a touchdown late, very late, if I remember correctly, like in the last 30 seconds or so. So this promises to be a good one.
It sure will be. So here as the captains take the field, getting ready for the coin toss.
It's a beautiful day here in Eagleville. For mid-November or early November even, it's just, you couldn't ask for better weather. Absolutely beautiful. One of the rare opportunities for us, Carl, to do a game in the daylight.
This will be our only game to do completely in the daylight.
We need to give a shout out to the flag team. They won this morning, and so they won the flag championship. Unfortunately, we weren't able to record that, but we're here for the Division II game, and looking forward to a good one. Looks like MTCS will defend the north end zone. Not sure who kicks off. Looks like we're kicking, according to the indication on the field. So MTCS will be kicking off. They'll be kicking toward the south end zone. They'll be defending the north end zone. The Community dressed in their traditional purple Minnesota Vikings uniforms. Well, they got a couple of big guys. Of course, we've got Alaric Watson, but that number 24 out there, he is a monster. 74 is too.
He sure is, but I honestly think Alaric still has 20 pounds on both of them.
No, not at all.
I think he does.
Speaking of Alaric, he's the one that's set to kick off. So we're about to get underway here in beautiful Eagleville, Tennessee for today's championship game between the Cougars and Vikings. Pretty good kick.
So a good return here by the Vikings. Their offense will take over around their own 46. Cougars looking to get a stop here.
Looks like it'll be 1st and 10 from about the 45 and a half. 46. No, yeah, 46.
Like I said, so the Community Vikings will take over at the 46-yard line. Come out, 3 receivers left.
Spread formation. Division II, that's something.
So just a little quarterback keeper off the right side. Gain of about 5. So we'll call it 2nd and 5 here.
Yeah, they spread everybody out to the left and try to take advantage of fewer numbers in the middle. Similar type formation this time.
Flags on the play.
Yeah. And he stopped. He stopped for a loss. If that's on them, we may decline that. Looks like there may have been too many people in motion. Or they were lined up incorrectly. Either way.
And the Cougars do decline it. So it will be 3rd down and 6 after the loss of 1. So this Viking offense makes their way to the line once again. 2 back in the backfield. Oh, 1 moving out.
Way out.
So we got 1 receiver to the left. Oh.
Short of the first down. He picks up about 3 or 4. Needed 5.
So after that play, we'll call it 4th and 2. Cougars looking for a big stop here. And like you said earlier, the last meeting of these two teams was a very low-scoring game, so a lot of this game is going to come down to
He didn't get it.
who is going to be able to
He
put points
did
on the
not
board.
get it.
So after the stop by the Cougars, on 4th down, they will take over right around their own 45.
Well, that's what the Cougars needed. This is going to be a defensive struggle. I'm quite certain if it follows script from the first game, they really need to find the end zone early and give them some confidence on offense.
And I think that very well may be what it comes down to. If the Cougars are attempting to play catch-up the entire game, they will definitely be in a tight spot against this community team. But if they can get ahead, they will have a much easier time just maintaining a lead. So with 3 backs in the backfield, 1 receiver right. Just a handoff to the right.
He's hitting the backfield.
A loss of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down and 11.
I think it was intended, or the carrier, the back was Jalen Wetzel. We don't have a roster, unfortunately, but I know a few of their names. Of course, if I can zoom in, they've got their names on their jerseys. Conservative play call on 1st down. Justifiably so.
So 1 receiver to the left, 3 backs in the backfield. And a similar play this time to the left side. A little more success this time. A gain of 2, getting him just past the original line of scrimmage. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 9. So the Cougars really need to get something going here if they want to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, 3rd down and a long 8.
So the Cougars, 3 backs in the backfield.
Big Alaric in motion. Uh-oh. Mishandled snap.
Flags fly.
I'm pretty sure that we had an illegal motion there too. Yeah, illegal shift. That's declined, 4th down. And lost some yardage in the process. So 4th down and 10. Be interesting to see if they punt here.
My guess is going to be no.
I don't know. I think in Division 2, it's an automatic 20 yards.
Oh, well,
But I'm not sure about that.
it's an automatic 20 yards, and they might. And it does look like that.
No, I think they just get to kick against a static defense. I guess that's Division 1.
That is what they do. So after a great play
Ben Mills on the tackle.
by this Cougar punt team, the Vikings will take over about their own 36-37. See where they spot the ball. Actually about 39 after the spot. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Vikings. And it's still early, but as we have seen so far, it has been a defensive struggle. Not a lot of offensive movement, not a single 1st down as of yet, with I think about 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. Unfortunately, in this daylight, the scoreboard is very hard to read.
Yeah, Community electing to attack the middle of the line, and I can understand why. They've got a couple big hosses right there in front.
So after that first down play, it brings up a 2nd and 8. Community, 3 backs in the backfield. A little off tackle run there.
Oh, he's still on his feet. That may be our first down. He squirted out the backside of that pile. I thought he was tackled for a small gain.
And after a few broken tackles, Cougars will give up about an 8-yard run, getting him right past the chains, but just enough for the Community first down, and that is the first down.
First down.
First down of the game, bringing it right about to the 50-yard line.
He's stacked up at the line that time.
So a similar off-tackle run by the Community Vikings, stopped at the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 2nd and 10. So not a whole lot to report on. These two teams more than likely will run about the same 3 or 4 plays over and over again. It's going to be who can break a big one and score, because like you said, it is going to come down to a defensive battle.
Oh, he lost the ball, I believe. He lost the ball.
So a possible fumble on the play.
The Cougars got the ball.
It is recovered by the Cougars. A big break there.
Big break.
So the ball, as of yet, has not gotten outside of either 45-yard line, or excuse me, 40-yard line. 35-yard line. So
It's pretty much stayed between the 40s, you're right.
Yeah. I think it's gone, what has it gone outside the 40s once? Yeah, once. After that punt. So
middle of the field. We'll just say middle of the field.
Yeah, that'll work. So the ball stayed about the middle of the field. Both teams running the same few plays, so it's going to come down to who can break a big one.
That looked like it may have been offsides. Oh, Jalen Wetzel's got some room. He's breaking tackles. Good run by Wetzel.
So after about a 9-yard run, give or take depending on the spot, and it is, so that'll bring up 2nd and 1 for the Cougars. Hoping to get their first down of the game.
Cougars electing to keep it simple on offense. Of course, this is Division II. More complicated, more chance for errors. I think he got it.
And I believe he did. And they will call it a first down. Officials not electing to measure. So that brings up 1st and 10 Cougars at about the Community 41-yard line. And after a bad snap on the play,
Yeah.
Cougars with a big loss.
Like I said, the more complicated it gets, the more chance for error, and that was an example. Obviously, the blocking wasn't great, but the center quarterback exchange was an issue. A lot of things that can go wrong, especially at this age level.
So about a 7-yard loss. So it'll be 2nd and 17 here for the Cougars. After the big first down loss.
Another shotgun stat, but handled better. And I'm not sure who made that run there. It was one of the Mills boys. I'm going to say Ben.
So after about the 10-yard gain, it'll bring up 3rd and 7, and the Cougars having some real luck out of the shotgun when they can connect on the snap.
4th down.
Another little off tackle.
Yeah,
play
I think they'll probably go for it in this part of the field. They're down inside the 35. Oh, that's the end of the first quarter. Well, that was quick.
And we'll bring up the end of the first quarter. Like we said, very hard to see the clock from where we're sitting. So at the end of the first, it remained scoreless and remained definitely a defensive battle as finally the Cougars break out of the 40-yard line on the opposite side of the field, but with a big fourth down play here.
Teams electing to huddle on the field, which one of the rules for Division II is that the coaches get to stay on the field for both offense and defense. So there's no reason for them to come to the sideline. Keeps things moving. Yeah, MTCS has had a lot of success this year in the Elementary Football League, the Duck River Valley Football Conference Youth Football League. Division III, I think, finished the year with a winning record, which was good considering they were mostly fifth graders. Of course, Division II is in the championship game. Division I had a decent year. I'm not sure exactly how they finished up. And then Flag won the championship this morning, so well represented. Hopefully that'll pay big dividends in the few years. We got some trickery, and Hayes is just a little too slow. The defensive end came unblocked, and on a play like that, it's not uncommon. Uh-oh, he's hurt. Not uncommon for that player to be unblocked because you're supposed to beat him to the outside, but it's a little too quick, and we were just a little too slow. So the Cougars turn it back over on downs in about the same spot on the opposite side of the 50. So
again, we see the two teams remaining between the 40s.
Carl, we're playing on Eagleville's field today. Eagleville beat Moore County High School last night, so they're still alive in the playoffs. Face Gordonsville next week. It'll be at Gordonsville. I'm pretty sure they're probably done with this facility for the year, but so they've had a great year. Timeout, Cougars.
So that will be the first timeout of the game. And the Cougars' first of the half. They will have two remaining.
I think maybe there was a personnel issue because of the injury. I'm not sure they had enough people on the field, or they didn't know where they were supposed to be. Again, one of the challenges of third and fourth grade football, making sure everybody is lined up.
So both teams making their way back to the line of scrimmage after the Cougar timeout.
Good play by the defensive end. I'm not sure who that was, but he pushed off his blocker, played that about as well as you could play it for a little bit of a loss.
So after that loss of one on first down, brings up a second 11 for the Community Vikings.
A little bit of misdirection. Oh, and he's still going. That looked like, well, ended up being a net zero gain. Looked like he was tackled in the backfield. We had good penetration, and they did not bite on the reverse. All in all, a good effort by the defense. Looks like they did gain a little bit.
They did, actually, a gain of about 2 there. Bring up 3rd and 9. The Cougars missing an opportunity to put themselves in a much better position after a big Community loss, but not able to hold on. So Community gains 2, bringing up a much more manageable 3rd down. So Community with another just little off-tackle run. Not much gain there. about 1.
Carl, let's give props to the Division II cheerleaders out in force. They have really done a good job this year, and I think they may have even won an award last week at the cheerleading championships, but they're a big squad. We'll try to get their close-up of their pictures maybe during halftime.
So 4th and 7 here for this community team, electing to punt. And a high
Long punt
kick there. Oh, the Cougars after.
Oh no.
Oh, the
Worst
Cougars
case scenario.
lose the ball. So community gets it back with great field position. 1st and 10.
Special teams mistake there. The guy really kicked it a long way, and just not quite enough aggressiveness to get on the ball. Instead, trying to elect to pick it up and run with it, and it backfired.
So now community with a 1st and 10 on the 19-yard line. Big opportunity for them. Now getting outside of the 40-yard line. And after outside play, room
Good
to
tackle.
run.
Good tackle, but pickup of 4 or 5, I guess.
A gain of about 4 brings up 2nd and 6.
Quarterback keeper.
So community coming out in an almost goal line type formation, but a good gain brings up about 3rd and 1.
Power formation. They ran it effectively. I'd say they may do something similar here.
I believe you will be correct. And they do, lining up another power formation.
This time it's to the left. About the same result.
So that brings up community 1st down.
1st and goal.
So the Cougars looking to make a big stop here. Community with another little off-tackle run. Stopped by the Cougars for a gain of a few. That'll bring up 2nd and goal. Looks to be a player down on the field.
It's a community player. Maybe the ball carrier, I'm not sure. He was over in that general area. May have fallen on the ball, may have twisted an ankle, but he pops right up. It's one of the beauties, I guess, of football at this age. They go from being hurt to not having anything wrong in a matter of seconds.
So community, 2nd and goal, about the 4-yard line. Power formation.
Bunch right. Good stop. Good stop. It's going to bring up 4th down.
So a gain of about 1. That brings up 3rd down.
Is that third down or is that fourth down?
It's third down.
Okay, I miscounted. So they'll have 2 more chances from about the 4-yard line. And looks like they're going to talk it over a little bit more. Ed's trying to call timeout.
The Cougars call a timeout.
Not a bad idea. We're only 2 minutes and 30 seconds away from halftime. This is an important defensive stand. Cougars going to talk it over.
If the Cougars can keep them out of the end zone here, they will get the ball after halftime.
That's true. Looks like number 15, Wetzel, I just noticed, is on the sidelines trying to walk off a twisted ankle of some sort, some kind of a leg or foot problem. The Cougars will need him for sure in the second half if they're going to have a chance.
They sure will. So Community, power formation once again.
Yep. He
Similar
is
to the
stopped.
tackle run.
He
And
is
he
stopped.
Is stacked up.
He is stopped.
Stopped for no gain.
4th down. Big stand by the Cougars. Big stand. It's good to see big Alaric Watson in there filling the gaps.
He is in 2 plays in a row. They have run to that right side. He is on.
You know, it'd be interesting to see if they try to run away from him. If he's capable, he can maybe try to swap at the last minute when he sees how they align.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're not going to try that.
Another power formation. This is it, all or nothing right here. Uh-oh, quarterback keeps it. And he's going to be in for the touchdown.
And he will get the score after the outside run there.
Well, they elected to stretch it toward the sideline, and it worked.
It did. Definitely a good decision by this Community team. So with about 1:33 left to play, the score is 6-0. Your Cougars trailing to the Community Vikings as they get ready for the extra point attempt.
I believe the rules are if they run it in, it's worth 1 point. If they throw it, it's worth 2 points. Pretty sure that's how the rules work in youth football, this league. They're going for the pass, and he's open, and he caught it. That's going to make it 8-0.
It sure will. So that definitely hurting the Cougars in a very defensive game. Now not only having to make the touchdown, but make the 2-point conversion. Something not easily done.
They have plenty of time left. They just need to settle down and play good ball.
So they will get the ball here with 1:33 left to play, hoping for something big, and then get the ball back after halftime.
Are you awake, Carl?
Mostly.
You know, it is afternoon. It is p.m.
So the Cougars set to receive.
It'd be great to get a score here before halftime. 1:30 seconds roughly left on the clock. Good kick. Takes a Cougar bounce. And number 4 is...
Oh, and may have coughed up the ball.
Oh, no.
And it will be Community's ball. So Cougars definitely not having the opportunity now to score and giving Community a shot to put yet another touchdown on the board before halftime.
Well, you know, protecting the ball is not at a premium today. They maybe trying to be a little bit too aggressive, after trying to stay up after first contact, cost them. So now their motivation changes. Now the main goal will be not to let them score before halftime.
Yeah, definitely not something the Cougars were wanting to attempt. But after 2 special teams fumbles, the Cougars have definitely put themselves at a disadvantage. So a little off tackle run there.
Stacked up at the line, maybe a gain of a couple.
We'll call it a gain of a long 1, short 2. Bring up about 2nd and 8. Community again in that power type formation.
There's a flag on the
play.
play. But good defensive pursuit by the Cougars. Had a chance in the backfield, may have been a block in the back. I think you got to take the penalty if it's a 10-yard variety. No.
So they will
it's a holding penalty, and they declined it. Well, I guess that maybe gives them a chance to get the ball back before the clock runs out.
So after no gain, that will be 3rd and 8.
Uh-oh, they dropped the ball, and the ball is still bouncing around.
And the Cougars may have it.
I'm not sure. No, 4th down.
No, they will not.
They signal 4th down and the timeout. So that is exactly what the Cougars were trying to do by declining that penalty, trying to get to 4th down before time expired, a chance to get the ball back.
So the Cougars take their final timeout. I believe.
Yeah, I believe you're right. That's the 3rd timeout of the half.
I know that's the 3rd. I believe they took a timeout. So 4th
yeah, they
and
did.
14 here for Community.
They took a timeout just to stop the clock.
Looks like they will elect a punt. Maybe we can hold on
now
to the
Community
ball
takes
this
a
time.
timeout.
So 2nd timeout.
Yeah, it's going to be important that we field the punt, maybe even back up one of the deep guys a little bit, because this punter has already shown that he's got leg. .27 seconds left. That's enough time to run a play or two.
It sure is.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. We are at Eagleville, like we said earlier, and at Eagleville we have to be inside the press box. There's no way to get up on top, so we're limited in how we can video. So we have to video from out of the windows, and presents a couple different issues. One is our angle's not quite as good, but the main thing is I have to use a little bitty tripod, and so my video is a little bit choppy as I try to move the camera around. Get used to that bigger tripod that has a smoother operation. But anyway, we'll make do. I think MTCS definitely has the best facilities for video.
So 4th and 14 here for the Vikings.
They're going for it.
They sure are, and they will be, oh, it looked like they'd be stopped for a loss. They will not be, and they will actually get the 1st down and more. Still on his
Yeah, that was
feet. Down inside the 15-yard line. That'd be timeout Vikings.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened there. There was an opportunity to get him in the backfield. He got outside, and they're beating us on the outside.
They sure are. So now with 11 seconds left to play, Community with a 1st and 10. Right outside the 10-yard line.
Looks like well, it looks like they're fixing to run a play. I was going to say that somebody taking a timeout, but
No, so the Community did take a timeout to stop the clock. So they have 1 remaining. The Cougars without any.
quarterback keeps it, throws deep, and in for a touchdown.
And he will score.
That's a dagger. That is a dagger with 2.7 seconds left on the clock for the first half.
It sure is. So now the Cougars will get it back after halftime, but without the chance to tie the game back up, something they definitely do not want to happen. So Community on for the extra point.
Yeah, they're trying to make it 15 or 16 to nothing here. That's a backwards pass, and he is stopped short. I'm not sure that would have counted as 2 because he threw it backwards. Looks like we got an injury.
So he landed on the ball.
Oh, is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Well, looks like because there's 2.7 seconds left, we're going to have a kickoff to get to the end of the half. My guess is the Vikings are going to squib kick it. They may not. They may not be that big of an issue at this age.
Well,
They just don't want to leave opportunity for a long return.
Well, with the way MTCS special teams will be doing, they may be better off kicking it deep.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't think it matters as much here, but they just make sure that they kick it so that they can cover it easily. Of course, we hope that they make a mistake, give us opportunity. They kick it deep. Mills picks it up, makes one tackle, or makes one man miss, and that'll be the end of the half.
So the Cougars will go on to halftime down by 14 here in the Decker Valley Division II Championships at Eagle.
All right, we're back for the second half. MTCS will be receiving, and they'll be defending the south end zone this half. Hayes Watson grabs the ball and holds his ground.
The Cougars having some real trouble on special teams today. That one the most successful one of the day. Actually the first special teams play, not resulting in a fumble.
Well, let's see if they can dial up a score here. These quarters don't last real long, so they need to not waste any time. Good to see Jalen Wetzel back in the backfield. And he gets the ball, goes to the outside, making some people miss. A good pickup on first down. One guy got the back of his jersey, or it would have been even better. Still got a little bit of a limp, but he's showing that he can play through it.
And the Cougar offense definitely needing to step it up this half. Seen a lot of good things out of them this year, but definitely a shaky first two quarters.
Hayes Watson under center. Handoff Wetzel. Makes a good bounce to the outside. Still on his feet. And gets all the way down to the 40-yard line. Maybe the 41. First down, MTCS. MTCS is quick back on the ball. Not wasting any time. I think they got the same sense of urgency. Try to move it down the field. Hayes Watson keeps it, and he bounces to the outside for a good run. He needs to put two hands on the ball. Good effort for the MTCS quarterback. Second down and 3 for the Cougars. Cougars hustle back to the line. Strong left formation. Cougar fans making some noise. Hayes Watson hands it off to Jalen Wetzel, who makes the first guy miss. And he just fumbled the ball. And Community recovers. That's been the story of the day.
It sure has. MTCS's problem all day has really been turnovers.
Well, he got deep into the third level of the defense, and I think his eyes got big and forgot that he needed to protect the ball, and they punched it out. Cougars need a turnover here. It's hard to win when you have a turnover deficit like they've got. Number 13 for Community tries to get to the outside, and he does a fair job at it. A gain of 1 or 2. He ran about 50 yards to gain 2. Good pursuit as MTCS strung it out toward the sideline. Eventually, he was taken out. I'm not sure by who. This time the Community Vikings attacked the middle of the line with moderate success. They gained more than they did on the first play. Looks like Alaric Watson's at the bottom of the pile. Give him credit for the tackle. Five minutes and 9 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Cougars looking for a stop here, trying to get the ball back after a costly turnover. Again, Community hits the center of the line and pushes forward for about 3. They're going to be a yard short. It'll be fourth down. So the Community coaches will have a decision to make. Maybe a little bit less than 1. My guess is they will go for it. We'll see. Yeah, they're going for it. They're going to try to hit the center of the line, and I cannot tell. It looked like maybe on second effort, I tell you what, it's just a cloud of dust. Wow, he squirted out the other side. I'm not sure. My guess is the defense just stayed up a little too high, and the pile just kind of moved. That's a down and distance where you try to just get everybody on the ground and stay low. Anyway, it'll be first down for Community. They've got the ball on about the 31-yard line, headed toward the south end zone.
And this continuous play here is really eating some time out of the clock with only about 3.5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Cougars are rapidly running out of time to bring down this deficit.
They're content to get 2 or 3 yards on every play up the middle, and I can't say as I blame them. That definitely is the formula for eating up a lot of clock. MTCS has 1 safety deep on defense, and Community is content to pound the middle of the line. We'll see what they do here. Fake, quarterback keeper, and he is taken down for a loss, a small loss. Maybe no gain.
I would call that no gain right there.
Yeah, so he's third down. Good defense by the Cougars. They haven't given up yet. 2 minutes and 26, 24, 25 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Cougars make a substitution. Community again hits the center of the line, and this time they go deep into the second level. Pick up the first down. Good run, good blocking. He didn't really get touched until he was a couple of yards past the line of scrimmage. First down, Community. I'm sure they'll be content with that.
And Community just, keeps moving the ball, keeps moving the chains, eating up clock. Now under 2 minutes to play in the third. And they are content just to pound away at the Cougars.
Good tackle. Good tackle. MTCS number 51 maybe. Ben Mills. Looks like he's a little slow getting up. May have landed on somebody's foot. Looks like he's going to get up, and that's a good sign. Yeah, he's Going to come off for a play. It looks like he's okay. All right, so it'll be second down for Community from the 43-yard line. Need to make a stop right here, do the Cougars. Handoff right. And he is stopped in the backfield. That's the other Mills, Josh Mills on the stop. Great tackle. Good pursuit, great tackle. Didn't fool anybody. He had 2 lead blockers. Everything went to the right of the defense, to the left of the offense. And Ben Mills was not fooled. He got behind there and made a good tackle for a loss. So that'll bring up third down and a long 9 for Community. 11 seconds left to go in the quarter. Looks like Community is content to let the quarter expire. So that brings us to the end of the third quarter. Community leads 14-0 over MTCS. 1 quarter left for the Cougars. They've got to make something happen in a hurry. The cheerleaders are cheering on their team. Appreciate their hard work this year. Again, a beautiful day in Eagleville. Couldn't ask for a better second week of November day to play football. All right, looks like it's going to be the start of the fourth. Community still has the ball, third down and 9 from the 43-yard line. Handoff, number 22, and we've got a face mask. Wouldn't you know it? We have got a face mask, and I believe that's going to give the Vikings a first down. Nothing going the way of the Cougars. Maybe it would be a 5-yard variety. No, personal foul. Oh, no. Automatic first down.
So after that, Community will get their first down. And really, after taking up the vast majority of that last quarter in this drive.
Well, the Cougars have beat themselves. There's no doubt about it. They are not going to be satisfied with the mistakes today. But that's part of it. They have obviously had a great season, and so there's still plenty of time left. But if they do end up losing, they really don't have anybody to blame but themselves. No gain on the play, a very modest gain. Wonder what's going on with the motorcade here.
They said it was the Rockets coming for the Division III game.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
No, wish it was.
Oh, boy. Well, that's good for them. Quarterback keeper. A couple missed tackles. He's still going. He's finally taken out of bounds after a first down. Looked like the outside linebacker or perhaps the corner turned the ball in, but there was nobody there. One person made a diving attempt Really just nobody out there. I don't know if they were blocked or misplayed it or what. Somebody turned him back in, but it was I think it was Mills.
And the Rockets motorcade continues.
Yeah, that's that's something else. Oh well. Can't say as I'll blame him. Just right down the road. Don't have to drive too far. Off tackle, and he is met pretty quick by number 42, Houston Beatty. He gets up a little slow. All right, keep you updated on time here. About 5 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in the game. Community back under center. Again, hit the middle of the line, and he falls forward for a gain of 3 or 4. So they are consistently moving the ball, and that's been the formula for this second half.
It sure has, and it's really eating up clock.
Well, I guess that's the idea. Cougars need to stop here in the worst way. 3rd down. Ball on about the 15-yard line. And he is met at the line by a couple different Cougars. And the ball squirts free, I think. It's 4th down. They must have gotten it back. But I thought I saw the ball come out. I think maybe Houston Beatty might have made the initial contact. The PA announcer agrees with me. Uh-oh. Delay a game, maybe? What?
Some sort of penalty on the Cougars. Not really sure what.
Sideline warning, maybe?
Possibly.
Ed's going to go out there and talk to him about it. That's a... Yeah, I wish we had a microphone out there on Ed right now. No telling what he's telling him. Well, that's not what, when that was a crucial down for the Cougars with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go, and we give up the 1st down. Whether we're killing ourselves with turnovers or penalties, we have defeated ourselves, I'm afraid.
We sure have. So now 1st and goal for the Community Vikings.
Looks like the ball is on about, what, the 8, Carl? Hard to tell from this angle.
Flag on the play.
That looked like a false start. Yeah, false start on Community, so we get part of it back. Still have given up the down. Luckily didn't run any time off the clock. Still 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Oh, fumble on the play. And he gets tackled, but no turnover. He managed to get back on top of it. So that'll bring up second down and a loss of a little more yardage. Still second and goal from about the 12 maybe?
Yes. About the... No.
11 maybe? No, you're right, 16.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell what yard line. The field is same color as the lines. Quarterback keeper. He's running with all his blockers, and he is tackled. Good tackle. Good tackle there by number 34.
But the problem being now with only 3:10 left to play.
Yeah, it's desperate times, I'm afraid. We need a turnover followed by a quick score, preferably in the same play, and then an onside kick. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left. We got a flag. Did not come anywhere close to a first down or a touchdown in this case. And I believe there might have been a hold. The flag was thrown in the area of holding. Yeah, holding on Community. That is declined. It's fourth down. So this possession all comes down to this play. Touchdown or bust. 2 minutes and 34 seconds, 33-32 left to go in the game. Cougars down 14-0. Of course, the Vikings are content to run as much clock as possible before they snap the ball. And there's 2 minutes and 15 seconds. 2 minutes and 10 seconds. They may even, looks like, yeah, they're going to get a timeout right here before the play clock expired. So Community takes a timeout with 2 minutes and 6 seconds left to go in the game. And they'll run this final play. Clock will restart on the snap. Cougars obviously need to keep him out of the end zone, but they still need 2 scores to have a chance to tie this game up. Great season for both of these teams. Good representatives of the league. With the exception of maybe some mistakes today, you can definitely tell that both these teams have some good football players, good tackling, good defense. Have some people that will be playing for these respective schools for years to come.
So as the teams make their way back to the line of scrimmage, Community getting ready for a 4th and goal.
All right, it all comes down to this. All or nothing on this play. Vikings take the snap, and they are looking for a pass, and he is tackled for a loss. Good turnover on downs. Number 51, Ben Mills, makes the tackle. All right, now it's important that the Cougars get back on the ball after they reset this for the Cougars' possession. And they've got a minute and 50 some odd seconds. 58, hard to tell. All right, how many timeouts does MTCS have, Carl?
All 3.
Well, they'll put them to good use right here, is my guess. Unless we can score on this first play. Direct snap to one of the Mills boys, and he is met in the backfield. and tackled for a gain of about 3. I guess he's not technically met in the backfield then. A gain of about 3.
Nah, more than that. Gain of about
yeah,
4 or 5.
You're right. It's hard to tell looking through this camera. What is going on?
After a quick second play.
Oh, he's still going.
On his feet.
He needs to get out of bounds.
First down and more.
Well, they'll reset the chains. They'll stop it to reset the chains. They have got to get on the ball. That looked like a busted play. I don't think anybody expected it to be a live ball. Then all of a sudden, Coach Watson was yelling. They wind the clock. Direct snap to the Mills. 51, Ben Mills. He's got room to run.
And
he is still on his feet.
Enough.
And that's a good block downfield. Don't hit him in the back. Oh, he's still on his feet. Get out of bounds. I'm not sure if that's going to be a block in the back, that is ticky-tack. Because, oh, you've got to be kidding me. That is ticky-tack because he looked like to me that he barely touched him. He definitely didn't affect the play. Well, this is youth football, and so guess what? You get youth football refs. Replacement refs in training.
So here's the 1st and 10.
Handoff to Mills, and he is still going. This is promising. Good cutback. All right, they've got to get on the ball. 44 seconds. 44 seconds left to go. 44 seconds.
And still all 3 timeouts.
All 3 timeouts. He's got to get up. Looks like he's popped back up. He can stay in the game. So all 3 timeouts. 44 seconds left. Got to score. Got to get an onside kick. Got to make something happen. Did we call a timeout?
I believe so. It looks like there are.
The water people are on the field.
So we must have. So they'll burn their first timeout.
Was it a first? It was a first down. So I suppose we could have gotten to the ball without having to call a timeout. But anyway, we got to preserve the few seconds that are left.
So 44 seconds left.
Now we've got a timeout, Community. Looks like they are missing a player.
So another timeout.
Cougars doing their best to make it interesting here the last minute or two. Proud of their effort. Again, showing a lot of guts here, showing a lot of determination. Not sure what they're doing different on offense, but the last couple of runs have been big gainers. One thing I noticed that they were direct snapping it to Wetzel, and he handed off that last one. So maybe they have eliminated one aspect of the exchange by getting rid of the under center quarterback.
So 44 seconds left to play. 1st and 10 for the Cougars. Another direct snap. A little room around the outside. Brought down.
Who was that? Let's see. Number 50, that was Josh Mills. 36.2 seconds left to go in the game.
Gain of about 5. 2nd and 5.
I guess that was another timeout maybe? Almost had to be. They stopped the clock.
Must have been. So we'll charge MTCS with another timeout. That's their second. They have 1 remaining.
36.2 seconds left. The clock will restart on the snap. Snap to Ben Mills, number 51. He's trying to get outside.
Oh, and brought down from behind.
But
A half step faster.
Coach Ed is trying to get them on the ball. 23, 22, 21, 20, 19.
A half step faster, and that one would have been a touchdown. And that may
that's going to do it, I'm afraid. 7, 6, 5. That's going to be it.
And that will be it. So the final, Cougars remain scoreless. Community 14. And that is the final here for the Duck River Valley Football Championships, Division 2.
Well, as we close up, or conclude rather, the broadcast, just want to congratulate both teams on a great year, especially this Cougars team. They've got some great players and are really going to be the core of all the different levels in the years to come, and so look forward to seeing them at the higher levels. But great job. So, Carl, I guess that's it for Rob Mathis and Carl Mathis. We're saying goodbye from Eagleville High School and the Duck River Division II Championship.